Hi there. Happy Valentine's Day. Today we're going to make one of these chocolate dipped strawberry fruit bouquets. So if you have a sweetheart or somebody special in your life, watch this video and I'll show you how to make this. These are the ingredients and the tools that we'll be using today. Fresh kale and a fresh head of iceberg lettuce. Large rinsed fresh strawberries. 4-inch long skewers. White chocolate and dark chocolate molding wafers available at any bulk food store. And last but not least, a vase of your choice. The first thing that we're going to do for this arrangement is we're going to melt our chocolate on a double boiler. For those of you that don't know, this is a double boiler. And it's just a simple pot on the stove with a little bit of water. I've got this on a very low simmer. You need to melt chocolate on a very low simmer. You don't want to overheat it. You don't want to get it too hot. When you go to dip your fruit, all you want is it to be a little bit warmer than room temperature. Anything more than that, you run the risk of burning the chocolate, and it tastes awful. Now that we have our chocolate melted, we can begin to dip our strawberries and let them dry. So let me show you how to do it. What you're going to do is you're going to take your skewer and you're going to line it up with that knob that's on the very top of the strawberry, and you want to insert it right into that knob. That's the strongest, thickest part of the strawberry. See, you almost have to hold the strawberry and just push it in, and it resists to go in, but look, it's nice and strong. That's not going to come off. So that's what you want. Now I'm going to show you how to dip a strawberry. Once you have it on your skewer, what you're going to want to do is give your chocolate a little stir. Tip your bowl up so that the chocolate gets as deep as it can get. And then you're just going to take your strawberry, dip it in, and slowly turn it. Pull it up. Just give it a little bit of a shake just to get any excess chocolate off. Just give it a little spin. And look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. And then you're just going to put it in your foam. Now this foam, I actually just got from the dollar store. And it's florist foam, and I find it works really, really good for this. It's not touching any food at all. You're just using it to elevate your strawberry. I'd like to do it this way because I find if you dip a strawberry and then put it on a piece of parchment paper, you're going to get one flat side. And I really find that to be unattractive. So this is how I do it, and it's worked out well so far, and we'll continue. So you're just going to keep on taking your strawberries, popping a hole in the bottom. Just dip it in, give it a little twirl. Give it a little twirl, and then pop it in. And this way you're not going to have any flat sides. Oh, there's nothing worse than a really nice chocolate dipped strawberry with one flat side and that pool of chocolate. I think that's just ugly. Ugly. So another strawberry, put it in the bottom, tip it up, and give it a little twirl. Just like that. Very, very, very easy. It's really easy. So here's our strawberries, and they look lovely. They're smooth and shiny. Lovely. So next I'm going to show you how to arrange them in the bouquet, and I'm going to show you how to assemble the foundation of the bouquet. Something I want to show you is just how to add a little bit of interest to your fruit bouquet. So what I have here is just a little bit of melted white chocolate, and it's very fluid. Now this is something as well that you don't want to overheat. White chocolate is really, really sensitive to the heat, and if you overheat it, it'll just gung right up, and it'll just get to be like a putty, and you'll just have to throw it out because it's just useless then. But once you've got it melted, what you want to do is just take a spoon and just hold it up and just let it run. You see what I'm doing here? Just hold it up. You don't want to glob, because you're going to pour it, and you don't want to glob it on because it doesn't look good if it's globbed on. You just want to you want the strawberry to catch all these little fine streams here down at the end, okay? You just want nice, fine, little delicate lines on your strawberry. So tip your spoon over, just flick it back and forth. See? Just back and forth. And look at that. Isn't that lovely? So much interest, so much interest. When this gets assembled, it's going to look fantastic. See? Just back and forth. Just flick it back and forth. You don't want to gob it on. Back and forth. Now I'm going to show you how to assemble your fruit bouquet and your foundation of your fruit bouquet. I have here, I've chosen just a pretty little vase that I had, but you can use anything you want. You can use a flower pot or anything that you have around the house. For the foundation, believe it or not, the foundation is built out of iceberg lettuce. What you're going to want to do is just set the iceberg lettuce inside your container. And that's the foundation. It's super easy, and you don't have to cut anything. If you have a smaller container, it's okay to cut the lettuce in half, or I've even cut it in quarters if you have smaller containers. And it works really great. There's so many layers in the lettuce that once it's in there, it's really, really secure. You basically want to take your strawberries and just stick them in. It's basically just flower arranging, just with fruit on stick. So I've got a couple of colors here. What I did is I have some here that are chocolate with white chocolate, and I have some here that are just chocolate, and I just added a few of the same little swooshes just in the same chocolate, just to give it a little bit more, texture on just the plain ones. So you want to make sure that those are kind of just evenly spread out through the entire thing. And keep in mind, the longer your sticks are out, the bigger the bouquet is going to look. But if you have them a little bit closer to the ball, closer to the lettuce, it's going to come out looking a lot fuller and a lot more lush. Your strawberries are going to look a lot denser. Then if you pull them out further, you have to put more strawberries in there to make it look, it's going to look a little skimpy, you know. And the ones at the top are going to be out further, and the ones at the side, like the ones here at the side, you're going to push them in further. So what you want to end up with is just a nice dome shape. You don't want to see the skewers. If you're looking on the side of it here, you don't want to see the skewers from these strawberries underneath. So like if you stuck it in like that, you're going to see all that skewer. Because we are going to hide it with the kale, but there's only so much you can hide with lettuce. So you want to have them in like that, nice dome shape. And you can go around and you can readjust. You can pull them out and put them in different spots. You don't have to worry about that. See? Just shove them in there. This is where you get to have your fun. More up here. And sometimes you're going to run into other skewers on the inside. So you might have to pull it out and readjust. But you see how it's taking shape. Get it in there. There we go. And just turn it and look at it and see where it's thin. See right here, it's thin here. See where it's thin and see where it needs to be, needs more in there. See, I've hit a hard piece of lettuce in there. But you gotta watch out that you don't spear yourself. Pull that one out. Come on. Sometimes I just don't want to go in that spot. There we go, got it in. Go. See, how's that looking so far? That's looking nice. But right here, it looks a little thin still. We have lots of strawberries left. See, I did that the wrong way. There we go. Gotta get it nicely seated. You just have to play with it a little bit. Once you stick a couple in, you get the hang of it. See, there we go. What are you doing right here? See, look at how nice that looks. And if you want, you could have a couple that are a little higher than the rest, just to give it a little bit of little dimension. There we go. Look at that. Maybe this one needs to come down a bit more. Let's see here. So the nice thing about this is you can take it out and rework it. There we go. That's better. That's much better. There we go. Now we're going to put in our kale. So just take your kale, and same thing as the strawberries, just play around with it. Just snip it and just shove it in. If you have a long piece, you can take it and you can just tuck it in. This is just the greenery that you would have in a bouquet of flowers. Just snip the ends off, you don't need them. Just snip them, and then it just slides right in there. Look at how nice that looks. Use the nice curly kale. I'm actually taking this to work tomorrow for the girls at work. They told me not to forget as I was leaving work. Okay. Just take it and you can just weave it in there. Now this is meant to be eaten, so as it gets eaten, it's gonna fall apart. Because that's just what it is. See? And then the bottom here, just slide it in the bottom and then weave it up top. See how it all just fills in? It looks like a plant. I think it looks like a plant. Just shove it in and weave it into your strawberries. So you could make this for your husband, or if you're a fella, you could make it for your lady. It's very easy. And you know, it's better than just boring old flowers. You know what? I like flowers, but I won't pay for them anymore. They're too expensive for one. And two, they just die. They only last barely a week now and they just die. Now, if I'm getting flowers, I like wildflowers. They're much nicer. They just seem a bit more earthy. I don't know, maybe it's a bit hippie-ish, but it just seems more earthy. Here we go. And let's see here. Stuff that one. Maybe need a piece here. Just to fill that in. There we go. What do you think of that? What do you think of that? That looks great. How beautiful. Wrap it up in cellophane. So here we go. We're all done, and I think it came out pretty good. Well, I encourage you to give it a try because, you know, it was very easy. I had a lot of fun making it with you. And if you have somebody in your life that you're going to buy a gift for this year, maybe try making something for them instead. A lot of the times it means a lot more. Thanks, guys. Happy Valentine's Day. Have a good night. Bye.